to dance. We don't need to be alone. Oh, I know that the fun that you're trying to do is down in the wash 'cause you're into you. I just want to dance. Don't wanna get in your pants. If you understood just who I'd be, then you wouldn't diss a fella like me. I just want to dance. Oh no. With your chin pulled down, with your key before. Oh no. With your chin pulled down, with your key before. Oh no.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we run a little late today.
Oh, that's.
Oh, sorry, Harry. Because it was loud. Oh, no. Harry's like, they'll be messing with my equipment. Good morning. You know, if it's around 9 o'clock, somewhere around 9 o'clock, it's time for Lovebabz Lovetalk. I'm talking today. I'm talking to one of my dearest friends who I love. And she's the captain of my glam squad.
That's right.
And by the end of the day, I'm going to be looking right.
That's right.
But she's not here to talk about my glam life. She's here to talk about the exhibit at Yale Law School.
Yes. It's going to be at the Lillian Goldman Library.
Lillian Goldman Library. So, all right, so what's it about, girl?
So it's about, so this is all for Caribbean American Heritage Month. And
I want y'all to know I'm an honorary Jamaican.
That's
just
yeah.
FYI.
Just in case they didn't know, right?
Just you didn't know. And if you got something to say, come say it to my face. Fight me. All right. Okay. Sorry.
So, so part of the the narrative now pertaining to immigrants, right? And so, how do we address the immigrants' contributions to the United States? So, this was something that we have been talking about, and the Lillian Goldman Library was quite receptive to the idea of doing an exhibition of Caribbean nationals who have contributed to the United States in law, politics, and society.
Yay!
Yes. So part of, I think, one of the arguments is who are immigrants? Because, like in prior years, when you as an immigrant come to this country, you had to assimilate, just almost like similar to what they're saying now, that you have to speak English and you kind of like have to fit in the mold. So even for me as a Caribbean woman, immigrant, I didn't even realize that some of these people were from the Caribbean until, a few years back. And this is why it was important that we did this exhibition.
So who's in this exhibition? Tell me, give me some, because when you sent me the list, I was like, I didn't even think about these people's heritage because I just thought African American.
Correct.
I did not think about beyond that, right?
The
That's
roots.
just one label.
Right.
But the roots are, a lot of these people are Caribbean.
Right, but if like part of the African diaspora Caribbean. So Alexander Hamilton, for instance.
Yes.
Nevis. And for most people who know
now,
that,
do they claim him as black? Is he claimed as black? Like, how do you decide that?
Because, okay, so...
Because Caribbean folks are a little challenging in that regard. Because you could be Caribbean and light white skinned.
Yes.
And they don't say they're white. They say, I'm Dominican, I'm Jamaican. They don't say, I'm a white Jamaican.
No.
They don't. I never hear Caribbean people make that distinction.
But that's because we the only label we had was the country that we're from. so one of the arguments that I have with my Caribbean friends and family is the African American name has changed how many times, Babz? Think about it. Black,
colored, Negro, African American.
Correct. So the names keep changing. We were just known as Jamaicans. So we have to understand that as well. It's kind of like if you know, we have a sense of belonging to a bigger cause, I would say then. So we are Jamaicans. So if you see a Chinese Jamaican, they're Jamaican.
It's just, that's what I mean.
They're Indian.
Yes, they're Jamaican.
Jamaicans.
They never say I'm Indian Jamaican.
No.
I've never heard that. And I'm looking at them like, well, clearly you are Chinese. and they're like, clearly, Babz, you are wrong.
Right. So part of the so like if we looked at Alexander Hamilton, we would never assume he was from the Caribbean. And it's only when you read his bio.
And you know the story,
and
right?
You know
His
the story.
history.
Correct. And then that's when you're like, oh. The next person is Shirley Chisholm.
Which I did not know.
Bayesian roots. She was born here in New York, so she's first generation Bayesian. And but she also grew up on the island. And so, you know, she was the first African American woman to run for president. And so that's one of the reasons why we want to be able to show that we don't just come and take, we come and we contribute.
But everybody in this country,
I know,
roots are immigrants. Like, that's what America was. America.
A big old melting pot, a big old gumbo.
People left places of persecution
and came here,
and banishment too. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
folks was kicked out of the UK, out of England, for crimes and misdemeanors, and sent to America as punishment.
As punishment,
right? So let's not forget that part of the history.
Yeah, but the part of it is that history, or true history, was not taught to a lot of us. And so it's kind of like, how are we going to know this unless we start now? With the internet, is giving people the opportunity to do research on their own and to be curious. Before that, we really weren't, you know, and I'm guilty of that as well. But in this climate that we're now in is why it's important to do this.
Sorry, Kay.
That's all right. I see Harry.
Harry's in here measuring like a carpenter. I was like, what are you doing? I'm going to come here tomorrow, Kay. It's going to be a whole other studio. So, Kay, this exhibit came out of all the talk around anti-immigrant sentiments.
Yes.
And so this is one way to sort of combat that.
Right.
And so did you know all these people had Caribbean descent?
No.
Really?
So no, to be honest with you, when the play Hamilton came out was when Alexander Hamilton, you know, his story came through for me. Shirley Chisholm, I knew a few years ago, you know, because of my Bayesian friends. I mean, of course, you know, you know, Jamaica is...
Did you hear that? Y'all heard that little tongue, right?
Jamaica is the most popular island in the Caribbean, right? And so me and my Bayesian friends, and they're like, whatever, we got Shirley Chisholm, you know, among other things and other people. But that's how I was like, really? And they're like, And so that brought up my curiosity as well.
Because you sent me a list, and I was like, man, oh man, I read it yesterday on air.
Oh, you did?
You got Alexander Hamilton from Nevis, Stokely Carmichael,
yes,
from Trinidad. That would explain a lot.
Well, that was new. See, again, that was new to me too.
I had no idea,
girl.
So
you see, it's kind of like, if once we know, we know, and you have certain pride.
I didn't know Constance Baker Motley's people were from Nevis.
From Nevis. Girl, don't make them people call up here
what is
arguing.
It? Nevis.
Yeah.
Call Kay, don't call me.
Yeah, and Nevis, the people from Nevis, New Haven's first settlers were from Nevis. So like the Esdales, yeah, they're the first.
I didn't know they were from Nevis.
Carla, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I didn't know that
roots.
was their roots. Wow. See?
So they're the first family. We pay homage to them because to me, they made, they laid a path for us to be here in New Haven. With St. Luke's. St. Luke's is again. So yeah.
Wow. I've just learned something, and I've known Scott all my daggone life. I had no idea. So we all knew Marcus Garvey was from Jamaica. Everybody knew. That's common.
That's
because,
common.
He's part of, when you have these conversations about black liberation and black power. Martin Malchus, Martin, Malcolm, Marcus.
All the M's.
All the M's.
Yes.
Stephen Carter, which I knew.
So Stephen
Author, law professor.
Law professor, yeah. So he's at Yale, and his roots is from Barbados. His grandfather.
And his wife, too.
And his
Enola
wife is
Aird.
Panama.
Yes.
Panama, Jamaican. Big up, Enola. Because that's my girl.
I don't know if she listens to the show. She might listen for you.
Well.
She might listen to you. I'm trying to get her on. I got to get her on.
Well,
anyway.
We just got to get her up here because she's doing amazing work in the community as well.
Oh, I know. All that community healing stuff. Lord have mercy, we need it. Claudia Rankin. My friend, your friend, Jamaican. I knew she was Jamaican too, but I didn't know she was Jamaican until she told me. We sat down and we had lunch, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm from Jamaica." I was like, "Oh."
She was born in Jamaica, yes.
Colin Powell. I think I knew his parents were from Jamaica.
Yeah, because when they were playing with him running for president, they all, the American press went to Jamaica, started digging up like, yeah, when people them come from, the whole thing. So it's OM. So yes.
And Camilla
Harris. Her father is Jamaican.
I didn't know that.
And her mom is Indian, yes.
Her mother is Indian. Okay.
And her father is Jamaican.
Wow. That's an interesting mix right there.
Well.
I think it's Kamala. Is it Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
That's an interesting mix.
Yeah.
Huh. And, Jamaican and Indian.
Well, I mean, that's kind of common for us.
Kind of common for y'all.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you live on the island. Our motto is out of many one people.
Yes, well,
so
I see.
Yes, out of many one people, girl. If that's like anybody's family. If you bring all your families together, you start looking, you see the whole world.
Yes. Well, you know what? I was at Storytellers New Haven the other night at Concat. The Karen Walton, Kevin Walton's project, and Karen ended the season with her story about her New Orleans roots. And how it's German and all these kinds of things. And she had held this belief that she came from a small family. And then when she started doing the Ancestry.com, you know how you...
Right, you started doing this stuff.
She was like, oh, my God. And so she found out that she had a whole cadre of family. And one of the last remaining siblings of her parents or grandparents passed. And she went to the funeral.
Oh, wow.
And connected with a whole host of cousins. First cousin, second cousins.
Girl.
All those kinds of things. And she said, all this time I ran around thinking I just had this, just me and my sister and my mother and father. And come to find out, we have this whole rich rainbow of folks.
Because, we're more connected than
I don't really want to know my ancestry. I'm telling you. Because if
listen,
the first layer of us is crazy, so I don't know if I want to go back.
Listen, we found 9 children for my father, so I ain't searching. I'm done.
Although there was a piece done on my family, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe 20 years ago, our connection to Jefferson, President Jefferson, right? Sally Hemings Jefferson. And so it was in the New York Times, and I remember my mother was very sort of protective of us not getting swept up in that conversation, because my mother was like, "White folks is white folks, and we ain't claiming them." But my mother was, but my mother's very kind, right? So she never was like, I don't like white people. My father was like that, but my mother was not. And so when she took that stance, we were like, what? She's like, no, we're not. And it was on my father's side. The threads are on my father's side. But she was like, we're not going to get down with that. So that's interesting.
Family is interesting.
Yes.
Connection, roots, all of that is very interesting because, I mean, if we even trace back to, let's say, back to Africa, girl, who knows? We cousins.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So all this animosity and all of that, you know, it's like.
I think it's rooted in fear because I think people, I think for white people, it's a fear of, oh Lord, retribution of some sort.
But they don't watch the news. As something happened, black people say, "I forgive you."
Yeah,
you know, we some forgiving.
You
folks.
come in our church and kill us all, and we like, we forgive you.
So I mean, just that alone should make them know they're okay.
We've not been people because honestly, we could have burned this country down a long time ago, but we haven't because we believe in shared destiny.
Correct.
Even the worst among us, we believe in shared destiny because we're all in this game called America together, right? No matter what happens. Listen, white people, whatever happens to you happens to us. Whatever happens to us is going to happen to you. So we share destiny. So I think the immigrant story is, and I've been hearing a lot about immigrant stories. Like I was at Long Wharf last weekend for the American Unicorn, and it talked about all these people coming from places as refugees, as displaced people, and immigrants. There's different distinctions.
Correct.
If you're an immigrant, you willingly come over here because you want to come over here. If you're a refugee, you're fleeing conflict, right? War, something, famine, whatever. And so they had people from Syria. They had a guy from Syria, someone from Kenya, somebody from Somalia. And they were all telling their stories, Kay. And it was quite interesting. The similarity of the stories and how they feel like America is their home now.
Right. Because I've lived here in America longer than I've lived in Jamaica. I came here when I was 21.
Do you feel American?
I do. But I'm still connected.
I don't know what feel American means, but
yeah, but I mean, I feel a sense of belonging.
You feel like you belong here.
I feel like I belong here.
Okay.
But I do know a lot of people don't. And I guess because when I came here, I came here with my green card because I was married.
Okay.
So I came with a green card. So the struggles that some people had, I didn't have.
Okay.
And so, but I recognize that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom was illegal in Canada for many years while I was I was still left in Jamaica.
Oh, now that I did not know.
Yeah. So when people talk about you should and all of that, but that was the only way my mom could take care of me was she had to leave, and I mean I understood that, and I was blessed to have grandparents that took care of me, but not everybody has that.
Yeah.
The whole migration causes so much trauma between the decision that someone as a parent have to make to leave their children behind.
Yes.
And
I've heard that story over and over and over again. Yeah. People have to go and make a way and set up and create a house and sense of community before they can bring their children. And then you talk about, just the filing of the paperwork. Every document comes with a price. I think that's the part that, here's the part that trips me up and gets me pissed off with this whole anti-immigration rhetoric. And like, as if people can just get on a plane and just come over here. That's not
No, you have to go join the line and in the Caribbean.
I mean, it's a whole process.
It's a process.
It takes a very long time to become an immigrant, even to be a refugee.
But even just to get the permission to come.
Yeah.
So you have to go join a line. Well, years ago, it was joining the line and pray to God you get in, right? Now you pay online to get an appointment to go in. So you pay first.
You got to pay to get an appointment?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How much is that?
I can let you know by the end of the day.
Oh, Lord.
But you have to pay to make an appointment, right? And then when you do get an appointment, they tell you got to bring in documents to prove, bank account, home ownership, like a whole bunch of stuff just to prove that you're not coming here to run off, right? And then you may be granted a visitor's visa. So you don't just say, I want to come to America and I'm just going to buy my ticket and I'm going to travel. That's the American, Canadian, I think British luxury. We don't have that. We have to apply. And then even when you come here and you're applying for the status of the green card status, right? You still have to apply and you got to pay. And some people, if you run off, that means overstay your visa, they now have to get an attorney to work through the paperwork of that, right? And you pray to God that you get a good attorney, because if you get an attorney who is a vulture, then you're going to be paying money. Because there's a lot of people who have spent a lot of money just to get their green card, and it just never happened because there's a lot of scammers out there. And then you talk about, it's a lot. It's a lot on the families. It is a lot.
So did you ever talk to your mother about why she didn't go to Europe instead of Canada? Because I know there's a lot of Jamaicans in the UK, right?
I think it was easy for my mom to go to Canada because her aunt was there.
Okay.
And she had a relationship with her aunt.
Okay.
And so it was much easier for her, because you have to go somewhere where you have someone to at least take you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, but listen, my mom is a Canadian citizen. And when I started having children, I begged her, because I'm an only child, to leave Canada and come here. And,
Does she hold dual citizenship, or does she?
Well, Canada allows you to have dual citizenship, so yes. So she got what, 3 citizenship? Jamaica, Canadian, and American.
When everything jump off, I'm going with your mama.
Girl,
wherever she goes.
Listen, I said to my mother the other day, I said, why didn't you file for me for Canada? So but it's that whole migration thing, There's a lot of money in immigration. When I became a citizen of the United States, I paid $95 for my application. It's now close to $1,000.
Oh my God! Who can pay that? Oh my God!
Well, if you want it, you're gonna have to do it.
Oh, how long ago was that for you?
25 years.
Okay.
Because that was just one of them ones like, I had my I started having children, and I just did not want to not be able to have a voice.
Okay.
In my children's life. So
because they were born here.
Yes.
And so
yeah. And so if you're not a citizen, you can't vote. And I wanted to be able to vote. And so because, I understood the responsibility of voting.
Now, do you hold dual citizenship?
Well, I can't. When you become a citizen of the United States, you kind of have to give up your citizenship. Your loyalty now comes to the United States. So that's part of the documents that they make you sign.
Okay. But you don't care because you go back and forth quite often.
Quite often, yes.
And that's still home, kind of on some level, right?
That it soothes my soul.
Yeah, because you got brothers and sisters there. So, okay.
Yeah, you met my brother.
I met your brother, who is lovely.
Great driver. That's the reason why she
Lord
loves
have
him.
mercy. Let me tell you something. If I'm ever in Jurassic Park, I know who I want driving. If I ever find myself at the end of the world being chased by zombies,
girl, you better look for Omar.
Omar is my guy. Not to be confused with Omar, my barber.
He is a skillful driver because he can hold that curve.
He got us up the Blue Mountains in Jamaica. Have you ever been up the Blue Mountains in Jamaica? Oh my God. It was harrowing. I said, you know what? If I have to die, this would be the beautiful place to die, because it was lovely.
It was lovely. The view was really lovely.
It's like, if we go off the cliff, I'm like, all this looked like Eden. So, all right, so you're having this exhibit. Is anybody going to talk about it? Is there going to be activities around it?
So we're actually having I guess a soft opening for the members of the organization and some invited guests tomorrow.
Is it the Jack people?
The Jack people, the Jamaican American connection
Yes.
of Greater New Haven. So yes, and we're actually going to have Connie Royster, who is the niece of Constant Baker Motley. So she's just going to give a little. We're hoping that Stephen Carter will be in town, so he can stop by. And I know Claudia is traveling. So
Yeah, I think she's in.
she's in London.
Oh, is she in London now? I got to text her and see where she at, because I know she had a play somewhere. I thought she was in Prague or Germany or something.
No, now she's in London, because I
Okay.
was asking her if she was going to be back in time, and so she wasn't too sure.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, and so we're just gonna be able to. We're gonna just view this and just have a little bit of conversation after that. But the exhibition is open all summer.
Okay, so people could just walk in. Where is it?
It's going to
Where
be at the
is it?
Lillian Goldman Library at the law school, 127 Wall Street.
Okay, so you could just walk in there.
Yes, because you walk in. For those who have never been to the law school, there's a security guard there. You just let him know or her know that you want to go to the exhibition, and they'll guide you.
Okay.
So yeah, so
It's
I'm
a nice
excited
space.
about that.
I like the law school.
It's
a
beautiful.
I swear to God, every time I walk in there, I feel smarter.
My first time walking in, I felt overwhelmed. But yeah, it's a great space, and the fact that they were willing, without it. I mean, it did take 2 years, but still, the process.
So why the
there.
law school?
Why the law school? Because they were more willing to help us do the work. And again, for me, everything is about relationship. One of our members of our organization actually works at the law school, so it was.
Who was that?
Fiona.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
The lovely and talented Fiona.
Yes, and so it was. So she kind of like spearheaded this, and so yeah.
And you got Sarah Lulu over there,
and
who
Sarah
is-
Lulu from
who is
DR.
from the DR.
Yeah, and
Her
so
mama is over there right now.
See. So yeah, so we have quite a few people at the law school who are from the Caribbean, but they were open and receptive. So yeah, so we go where
So how long is the exhibit up?
till the end of July.
Okay. And so will you do this every year?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot of work.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. Because of the we had. First of all, there's a lot more Caribbean people than who we're highlighting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier.
Oh yes. Look at that.
Harry's Jamaican roots and Sidney Bijan.
There's a bunch of celebrities
there's a bunch
who've
of
got, and other dignitaries,
Correct.
who've got those roots.
And Cool Herc.
Oh.
That whole hip hop. I ain't gonna touch that one though. But yeah. So there's a lot of Caribbean nationals who have made great contributions to this wonderful country that we now call
I thought
home.
Heavy D had roots.
Heavy D is
Caribbean.
Jamaican.
Yes. I thought he had,
Busta Rhymes.
yeah. Wyclef John.
He Haitian. What's the girl from Scandal? Oh Jesus, I don't know.
Oh, I know. He's talking the lead one. Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington. Her mom is Jamaican.
And Rihanna.
Rihanna Barbie, Bajan.
I like her.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm a Rihanna girl.
Nicki Minaj,
Is she?
Trinidad.
I didn't know that. That I did not know. Oh my gosh. I could go on and on and on.
There's a whole bunch, but again,
I'm gonna start saying I'm Caribbean.
you can
Like I'm
because I mean,
Jamaican.
if you dig deep, you might.
I bet you.
You'll find.
I was to tell my sister, it's like, Lo, look and see if we got some Caribbean roots.
You might. So yeah, there's quite a few Caribbean nationals who have done an amazing.
Are you
contribution.
surprised? Are you surprised that most people don't know that?
No, because again, you don't walk around saying I'm from the Caribbean. You're an American.
Some of y'all do.
Well, okay, I'm
I
guilty.
ain't
I'm
mad
guilty
at-
of that. But when I'm seen though, if someone saw me on the street, they don't see me as a Jamaican woman. They see me as an African American.
Yes.
And I own that.
Yeah.
I own that.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Because that's the first thing. When you see me as an African American woman.
But when she
When you
starts
hear me-
talking, and you know she's from somewhere.
Especially,
you don't know where,
especially when
but-
I'm mad.
Yes. So our chef friend from BB King's is got his own show. Going on the Food Network.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I just thought I'd raise that because I know him and he's Caribbean.
Yeah, he's
And
Jamaican.
what's his name?
His name is Winfred Patrick Simpson.
Yes, because I've been seeing it all over the little place. So is he excited?
He is. We actually went to New York on Saturday. He was being honored by one of our high schools, the boy high schools, which is, I went to St. Andrew High School for girls, and our brother's school.
Oh, I saw that.
Our
With
brother's
all the
school.
pictures?
Yes.
Look at this.
Yeah, our brother's school is Jamaica College, which is an all-boy high school. And so they recognized him and a few other people for the work that they have been doing here as well as home.
Okay. Yes,
yeah.
he was lovely to talk to. I was at the your scholarship gala. And
that you're going to be MC for this year?
yes. And so I sat at the table and talked with him. It was nice to chat with him about, and he talked a little bit about the school that he came from when he was a kid.
Yeah, because, it's... Okay, so we Jamaicans are guilty of talking about our high schools and primary schools because, that's our first connection, deep friendships, because a lot of us are still connected. And our schools, we take care of our high schools.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that, living here, I'm a mom of HSC, Hill House, and Hampton High. And the difference for me is, like, these kids don't be like, me and my high school friends, we still have, we raise our flag. Yeah, I'm an Angel's girl. Hello, big up when you see another one, And so I'm trying to tell my kids, like, this is what you're supposed to do. And they just look at me like, Mom.
Oh, it's a different day for them.
I know, like, Mom, really?
Now, do they feel Jamaican?
I guess they do. Kind of like forced on them. I remember, because we cook Jamaican food, talk Jamaican.
Yeah,
play
because
Jamaican
that's what
music.
they know.
That's what they know.
Because you cooked that, you kept the culture alive in the house.
Our good friend Pam Washington.
Palm Washington.
She basically a few years back said to me, we need to now get your kids into the American culture. So she basically helped me, like, she's from the South, and she, helped to incorporate the Southern, way with me, helping me to help my children understand their very rich culture. So, yeah.
Now, you have a daughter down at Tuskegee?
Yeah, she's a girl. She's very Southern. She can't wait to go back.
Really?
Yeah, she's a
Oh, my God. I had my fingers crossed that she would dig it.
She really likes it. She really, I don't know if I think it's more.
Because, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Girl. Country. But I think it's the friends that she has formed there, the relationships. Because for me, relationship is very important.
And she's a newly minted Sigma Gamma Rho.
That she is. First one in our family.
Yay!
First Greek. Yeah, because
I have to get her a gift.
couple of my cousins were the ones like, wow, she did it. Like, she's the first one. So yeah, she's
That's
waving
a
her
sweet
own
thing.
flag.
I like when I hear that kind of stuff.
She's the first Greek.
Wow.
So
All right, good for her.
And again, you make that known, and you now. So now, it makes it easier for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So it's the knowing, right? So it's the pride that goes with knowing.
Yes.
It's that whole thing that you can own it.
Yes.
So yeah.
Wow.
Right back to that exhibition. Once you walk with your head high,
And I think that's a lot in my opinion, I think that's a lot of disconnect with people of color, because our history has been so taken from us.
Correct.
And hidden. And so we walk the world as if we are unknown people, and we're not. Our contributions to the world have built everything.
Everything. Everything.
From the White House to everything. I mean,
the pyramids,
to everything in the UK. We have built everything with the sweat of our brow, blood, sweat, and tears. And And so, but we don't know. A lot of us don't know that. You know, we think whatever folks have said to us is the truth, and it's not.
And so that pride that we need as Black people, just look at everything that was done and walk with that pride. You know, people try to take it away with different narratives and so on and so forth. And so it's owning your narrative and walking in your truth.
Yes.
You know, and it just makes life so much easier.
Yes. Well, I like that.
Yeah, we have to own our narrative. Too many times people tell us,
oh, I know,
all this craziness, you know. It's a lot of misinformation being fed to us, and we're owning it. Like, we can't do anything. Of course we can do. We have done. We can do this because we have done it before. It's already in our DNA.
Yes.
You know, music, dance, architecture, culture. That's us. And I mean, we all contribute to this gumbo.
We are. That's a wonderful sentiment. Okay, so tomorrow it kicks off. What time?
Well, that's a private event.
Oh, y'all can't come to that. When can the public go?
On Monday.
On Monday. I hope people go.
I hope so too.
So what do you see? Like, when I'm going there tomorrow, because I know I'm in the private group.
Yes.
And if I ain't, I'm gonna be.
No, you are.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm just showing up. So what will we see?
So for Constant Baker Motley, you see some of her work because she clerked on the Thurgood Marshall.
Yes.
So you get to see some of her work, and she was a judge, and so did Stephen Carter. So he
clerked under who?
Thurgood Marshall.
He did. He's old enough. I didn't know he was old enough.
You know, we don't crack.
I know. I just feel like that. You know what? The time period just seems so far away. But yeah, I guess that would be right. That would make sense.
So you get to see some of their works, their books, you know, books that have been published about them and so on and so forth. And so it's, you know, I can't wait to, because it's going to be very, like,
emotional.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, you should be proud. I mean, if this was a 2-year in the making kind of, you know, endeavor to get this launched over at the law school, at the what's the name of the library?
The Lillian
Goldman Library. You know, which is a big deal.
Yeah, and this is the second partnership that we have done with them, because our first partnership was we had a movie there.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're very open, and so we're very thankful.
Good.
So yeah,
maybe get some more students over there.
There's a whole bunch of Karaine students at the
Are there?
Yes.
Wow. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, a lot of them. So
I'm glad to hear that. That's a wonderful thing. So, all right. So you got the Caribbean Festival coming up. When is that?
June 23rd.
You can see the beautiful poster of it in the inner city newspaper.
Yes.
Yellow. I love it. It's always such a bright.
Yes.
I love
sunshine, you know, just like my hair girl, gotta bring sunshine. So we have Caribbean Restaurant Week, our very first Caribbean Restaurant Week.
How is that going? Because I've not gotten to anything.
Well, I mean, it's starting on Sunday, Father's Day, actually. It's starting on Sunday. I mean, I will say that some people already start going to the restaurant.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yes.
People have said, "Oh, Babz, I'm at the it's Restaurant Week." I was like, am I missing it?
No, girl, they made it into a restaurant month. So it starts on the 17th to the 23rd.
All right, so I'm gonna get in.
Yeah, and that was, you know, again, another first venture. So one of the things that we're trying to do is, you know, probably next year is, because we've only concentrated on the English speaking Caribbean. There's a French and a Spanish speaking Caribbean.
Oh boy.
So yeah, so we're gonna be trying to.
That would be huge. Oh, that'd be kind of cool though. Right?
Yeah, girl, but it's a lot of work.
I know it's a lot. Girl, it's a lot of work. I know, but you like a lot of work. You're up for it.
Yeah, the true Jamaican, 20 jobs, yes! Man, 20 jobs.
I was going to say, listen, Jamaicans, they ain't happy unless they got 12 part-time jobs.
Girl.
12 is part-time. 20 is full.
Yeah, so yeah, my 20 jobs. But we'll see. We'll see. The thing about it is, when people will then want to be more involved. So many hands make the work light. So I'm hoping that some people, will join us in the endeavors.
And when is the Jamaican American Connection Scholarship?
That's September 15th.
Okay. How much money have y'all given over the years? Do you know?
That I don't know.
Okay. You should.
Because, one of the things is like, I'm the worker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I move
you know
on.
what? I would invite you to tell people how much money y'all have given from the beginning.
Okay.
And say,
I will get that information. I'll give it to
I think that would be helpful to know that this organization, and y'all are not a gazillion people.
No.
It's a handful of people.
It's a handful.
Who do yeoman's work. I'm not kidding you. People, I think people think that y'all are this huge
contingent.
Yes.
No, we're very small.
And you're not.
We're like 20 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do an amazing gala, right? This banquet is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Where's it going to be this year?
It's still going to be at Xandri's.
Okay.
We're honoring Juan Castillo. Panama.
Yes, who is Panama, yes. And Juan is a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so delighted that he's getting honored.
And Dr. Gary Desir.
And that's another wonderful person. I don't know.
Haitian.
I don't know her.
Him.
I don't know him.
He has done listen, if you look at what he has done for Haiti, then people can Google him. He's an amazing person as well.
If you have their bios or whatever you all write up for your awards thing, send it to me and I'll showcase it in the inner city.
Okay.
I was like, these are the people that are getting the awards this year.
Yeah, because we try to we try to dig out all
There'll
the
be
Caribbean
no
people.
Honorary Jamaicans this year.
No,
because last year me and Pam and people were outraged.
Well, that's a personal thing for them. We chose to honor you guys because from the inception of our organization, and our organization is only 8 years old.
Only 8 years?
Mm-hmm. And you guys have been with us. When we started the organization, Pam was actually the American in the equation. She was right there. And because we had to ask her opinion, as we were going through names and so on and so forth. And it just made sense. And the word connection allows us to connect with any and everybody. So it's open.
Good.
It's
That's
open.
a wonderful thing. I like hearing that. But you guys are only 8 years old, and you guys have done so much in such a short period of time.
We acting like like the world is coming to an end. Let's do it now.
I know. I was going to say, oh, well, you're coming up on your 20th year. You should do something. I was like, wait. You ain't even getting to 10 yet.
We haven't gotten to 10.
I was like, you just do the 8. 10, 10 we'll just do it in Jamaica.
We should, huh?
Oh, my God.
We should do a cruise.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's anyway.
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, let's do that.
All right, so the exhibit is up. You can see it Monday through July.
To the end of July.
To the end of July. Mm-hmm. And it's a good time because all the students are gone.
Correct.
So you can walk freely around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not in the way.
Right.
And they're not in the way. And so you can enjoy the exhibit.
Mm-hmm. And let's learn something.
And learn something.
Let's learn something. Because I'm looking forward to the learning.
Yeah. And if if you feel so inclined, you need a little more hits, then walk yourself around or down the street to the Beinecke.
Yes.
And get a little more black. Because they got
the blackity black.
They got all kinds of black stuff up in there.
Yes. I actually had spoken to them as well. So we'll see.
Oh, have them pull some stuff and showcase it,
Yeah.
I love the Beinecke. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
It's like I guess it's like the museum in Washington. You learn so much.
It's a jewel.
It's
such a jewel.
And it's in our community.
It's in our community.
And it's in our community. And it's free.
You just go in there and hang out.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're like, come, hang out, sit on the couch.
Read a book.
Watch people. That's a squad hangout for sure. So, all right. So this is the exhibit is out. And we got all these talented people that you're showcasing from history with all these Caribbean roots, which I love, and didn't know. And I'm not even gonna beat myself up about it because I don't know how I would know, except I will know. I know now, and I'm going to the exhibit. And I'll support it and be excited, and I'll make sure I talk about it every day while it's going out. Like, make sure y'all get your little asses over to
to the Lillian Goldman Library at Yale Law School.
Get your culture on. Get some history on.
Because I mean, it's, you know, like I remember when we were starting Caribbean Festival and somebody was like, "Oh, we can do this with the coconuts," and I said, "Ooh, so we have a whole culture behind that. So it's not just sun, rum, and fun. You know, we have our culture, and so we just like anyone else, we want to hold on to that and we want to share it.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm appreciative of anyone who goes and view this exhibition. So
listen, this is a good time to immerse yourself in all things Caribbean. The Caribbean American Festival will be going on at Gulf Street Park. Mm-hmm. They're going to have what did you call that? A rolling procession. A
rolling procession on Whaley Avenue. This is not a parade. It's a rolling procession. That means if you look up, you'll see a whole bunch of people walking fast on Whaley Avenue.
Yes.
So yeah.
So it's a rolling procession.
And we actually, so our Grand Marshal is Melissa Noel.
Yay.
Yes. Who is an amazing independent journalist. Mm-hmm. And she's the voice of the Caribbean.
Nice.
That's her role. And she just did a documentary on barrel children. Mm-hmm. And so barrel children is the children that's left behind of people who migrated. And that's how they take care of their children. They send barrels home. And it has personal stuff, food and all of that. So that's a whole nother story.
Oh,
we can have a whole conversation about barrel children.
We can have a whole conversation about that.
Because I was a barrel child.
Oh.
Yes, girl.
All right. Well, thank you, Kay.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
It's always
darling.
A pleasure to have you.
Likewise.
All right, Harry, I know I got to go. All right, so y'all get down to the
Lillian Goldman Library
at the Yale Law School. Mm-hmm.
127
Wall Street. What day?
Starting on Monday the 18th.
And it'll run through the end of July.
Yes, to the summer.
All right. Thank you, Kay.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
I'll see you later.
Yes. Call it time.
All right, Harry. I'm ready. We got to get out of here. Huh? I did. Goodbye.
Bye.
Which one am I turning on? Oh. On Megaseg?
Gee, Babz, is it your first time?
No, it's not coming on. I don't hear anything. I don't hear a doggone thing, Harry. Harry's like, Babz, don't try to act like you don't know what you're doing.
And here he comes, just gonna push one button.
Oh, hit start over here. Sorry, people, you get all the technical stuff when you listen to this show. Yes. All right. Goodbye.